But when they reached a fork in the road, Bingo stopped in his tracks. He knew he still had to find his owner. He said goodbye to his dog friends, who reluctantly saw him off. Though paths may diverge, friends shall meet again. When night fell, Bingo, who hadn't eaten all day, was scavenging for food in garbage bins when he was suddenly caught by two men. Bingo sensed these men were dangerous. Sure enough, they had kidnapped several people. Bingo wanted to rescue them. Late at night, while the kidnappers were asleep, he quietly escaped through the window and ran to a phone booth to call the police. A female officer answered, hearing only a dog barking continuously on the line. Unable to understand what was happening, she urgently called over a male colleague to listen. Bingo tapped the phone rhythmically. The male officer immediately recognized it as Morse code and asked his female colleague to bring paper and pen to decode it. They pinpointed the location of the phone booth. Meanwhile, Bingo returned to the vehicle and freed the captives. But during their escape, they accidentally woke one of the criminals. He let the others escape first while he stayed behind to fight the criminal. But he was overpowered and had to surrender with his paws up. Just then, a large police force arrived in time and surrounded the criminals. The thug grabbed Bingo, attempting to use him as a hostage to escape. Fortunately, with so many officers present, the criminal had nowhere to run and was forced to surrender. Bingo's heroic acts were soon reported by the media. He was taken in by a family who cared for him lovingly. But one day, Bingo received a court summons. The two criminals had turned the tables, claiming that Bingo was the real villain. They even hired lawyers to confront him in court. The opposing lawyer began making spurious arguments, claiming that Bingo's fur and paw prints were found at the crime scene. They alleged that Bingo had kidnapped the family and framed the two criminals. Faced with such shameless false accusations, Bingo couldn't defend himself and had no choice but to accept the verdict. In the end, Bingo was sentenced to 3 years in prison. His cellmate was a bespectacled man. After a brief introduction, Bingo demonstrated his special skills. He was going to escape. He began digging a hole in the corner while the bespectacled man kept watch at the door. When everything was ready, late that night, the bespectacled man created a diversion while crawling through the tunnel to the yard. After checking that no guards were patrolling, Bingo crawled out of the hole. The bespectacled man bent down to help Bingo jump over the wall, then threw a rope over to the other side. Bingo pulled hard on the rope, hauling the bespectacled man over. They had finally escaped. After bidding each other farewell, Bingo continued searching for his owner. Following the scent trail, he finally found his owner's new home. Seeing the little boy appear, Bingo excitedly rushed forward, but he suddenly realized the boy already had a new dog. Bingo understood he was no longer needed. Heartbroken, he left. Walking along the busy streets, homeless and hungry, he begged for food outside a restaurant, but no one paid him any attention. As he was scavenging in a garbage bin, a chef suddenly appeared and took Bingo away.